I am Chris Taylor.
And I'm Amber Cosplay, and today we're back again, you guys, with Samurai Champloo, episode 18.
Last episode, a
guy was set on fire.
Yes, exactly. I don't remember his name. I'll call him Okuru because that's the name that came to me. I'm not sure if it's his name, but still.
Call him the spirit of the forest.
Yeah, well, him. We found out the truth about his family. They got killed because an illness had touched his village, and the lord of the place was too afraid to let it spread, so he killed everyone, burnt everything. And the guy found out, and he got crazy, and he killed the lord, and that's why everyone was looking for him. He was a dead man walking, basically, because he had no one to go back home to, I guess. So, and that was interesting because Fu was kind of in a position where she thought she was the same, like she thought she had no one left, and he kind of made her realize that when you have friends, no matter, you know, the fights and stuff that happen between you,
when you have travel companions,
it's like
no
you
matter
have
what
brothers.
happens,
Well,
they're family.
They're friends.
Sort of.
In any case, like, he kind of made her realize that there was a bond between her Jin and Mugen. And yeah, in the end, it wasn't even her who actually got back with the boys. It was the boys who went back with her, so that was pretty cool.
They grew soft on her.
Yeah, but it was sad still to see that guy die at the end. He died with a smile on his face, so I think he's happy to go back to his family.
Yeah,
but
a bittersweet ending for him.
Yeah. In any case, we are going back to our gang traveling to Nagasaki, so I said we jump in this episode and see who we meet this time.
Are we finally gonna know who's the samurai who smelled like sunflowers?
We had a little bit of we had some clues last episode.
Yeah.
Like, we saw a few things, like we saw Fu in a field of sunflowers. She saw a man from, you know, the back of a man. And that's maybe why she says that he smells of sunflower, because she remembers him being in that field. She says it's about revenge too, so we know it's about revenge.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So
do we know how her mother died?
No.
No?
No.
She just died?
She didn't just die, but she's dead and we don't know how.
Okay.
So there's still some mystery there, but we're reaching the end of this show, so I'm guessing everything will come to us. So let's just see what happens.
Let's follow the music, guys.
Yes, let's go. We are gonna prepare something for the last few episodes. We already chose our characters. We're aiming for a good cosplay, so I hope it all goes according to plan. Kind of like we did for Promised Neverland, not like we did for Code Geass, because Code Geass looked different.
Yeah, closet cosplay basically.
Yes. I look like light.
帰り見てみればファッションとは怠惰な時代にこそ培われ生まれるものだ。着崩し着流しといったスタイルもこの江戸時代に生まれた。そしてストリートファッションのようなデザインもすでに登場していたのである。
The first graffiti. Yep. Well, they look way more tougher than our guys nowadays. Looks good.
War of the words, master of pen and sword. We will get caught up in that as usual.
海鮮で牡蠣を。
えい、お客さんは？
こいつと同じでいいや。
ないな。
さっきから同じのばっか頼んでさ。
You can't
自
read.
分の好きなの食べればいいじゃん。
しょうがねえだろ。
That would make a lot of sense.
ひょっとしてあんた
Well, I
字が
mean,
読めないんじゃない
he comes from an island of criminals. What did you expect?
これはのだ。これとこれものだ。字ぐらいちゃんと読める。
じゃあこれは
Me?
のだな。めだ。てめえそれ引っ掛け問題だろ。
もしかして読めるのって一文字だけ
一つも読めりゃ十分だろ。
Yeah, you can.
In
but
those days, yes, but as the world evolves, learning how to read would probably help him a lot.
何抜かしたんせー。バカがバカのままでいいなんて悲しいこと抜かせ
Words are important, but I mean, calm down. Thank you for the free drink.
文字知らんだけでバカと決めつけられとるのはこれしかないのか。
That's true though.
バカでいいのかジャッキー。
寝ちゃった。いくらだろう。足りない。
このおっさんにつけといてくれ。
ワイド
早いしね、迷惑料だ。行くぞ。
すいません、これ書いた人って誰？
知るわけないでしょ。分かってたらとっくにお縄よ。
すまんが、三原には以前世話になった人がいるので訪ねておきたい。武芸を志す者にとって三原は欠かすことのできない町。
Where his master
武
is
芸
buried,
全般
maybe?
を学ぶ最高の道場が50巻だ。私はかつて丹羽十之助殿のもとで。
じゃあ行ってらっしゃい。
Come on, Fufu! What was speaking? Jesus Christ! That's why we never hear anything about Jin!
本当は読み方知りたいんじゃないの？
うっせえ
私が教えてあげようか。ほら、これがさで、んで、じょ、三乗。ね、わかる？4649ってなんだ？
Best pals already.
ああ、そっか、よろしくだ。ほら、
Foo.
あれ？
It's not even his fault for once.
そこで何してんだよ。
Oh, they defiled the place.
Yeah.
ここ俺らのチームの縄張りなんだわ。おっさんよ、休憩料でももらっとこうか。
Mm-hmm.
金出せっつってんだよ。
Doesn't have any anyway.
Yeah.
ここは武芸を志す者が集う場所だ。お前たちが来るところではない。三輪殿はどこにおられる？
庭って、ああ、ヘッドたちなら横丁にいるっす。
何？
俺がヘッドだ。いや、俺がヘッドだ。ああ、それが兄貴に対する態度だっていうのか。バカだ、生まれが1分しか違わねえのに兄貴ずらすんじゃねえよ。先輩後輩の仕切りもできねえやつにヘッドができるってのか。大体その面からして気に入らねえ。そりゃこっちのセリフだってんだよ。
なんだ、どっちも同じ顔じゃない。
今の誰だ。
Oh, Foo, fucking hell! Always, always.
Careful, guys. That thing looks feral. Oh
てめえが真似してんだろ。この黒目がちな瞳がキュートだ。違う。
Oh my
ちょっとあれかんだ
god.
ような口元はセクシーだ。
あら、
安い子だ。
Well, for someone is looking at her beauty.
Yeah, but it's always the weirdos.
こいつは俺がいた。
She's no one's.
久しぶりだな。辰野氏、和之助。
まさかジンに。
They were in the same dojo?
知り合い？
It doesn't look like they were in the same dojo. Oh man.
何なんだよてめえは。
わしの名は文大。ここは寺小屋じゃけ。ここでは先生と呼べ。
He's gonna teach him how to read.
真空で
なんでもそうやって力で解決しようとしても地球は止まんねえぞ。悔しかないのか。常にあんななぶられ方して。
I mean, he's offering to teach him for free.
Well, she was teaching him.
Yeah, but.
What the fuck? They weren't like that. Come on.
Maybe he's gonna take it better from a stranger than from a friend. You know, sometimes pride gets in the way.
兄弟ならば共に助け合って父の残した道を極めるのが道理ではないのか。
仕方ねえじゃん。そういう家とか道とか継ぐような時代じゃねえしさ。それよかこいつの格好がやばいっての。てめえこそその汚ねえ面洗ってから出直してこいや。だとこら。
ならば50巻の跡取りらしく剣で決着をつけろ。
そりゃあ勘弁。
Okay.
ではお前たちにとって剣に代わるものとは何だ？
そりゃあやっぱあれかな。
They'll fight with.
いやちょっとただの落書きに見えるかもしんないけど、俺ら命かけてんだよ。そういう意味じゃ親父の剣の道と変わんねえ。あれはタギングっつって俺らの生きてる証みてえなもんでさ。
Affirming your personality, your message, what you're about.
じゃあさ、その落書きで勝負すりゃいいじゃん。
Okay.
やっぱ一番危険なとこに書いた方が勝ちでいいんじゃない？
そんなら商品は当然。
No.
そんなどうしよう。
兄見届け人よろしくっす。
おお、これは珍しい。私を覚えとるかな。
ご無沙汰しております。
これまた凛とした花じゃ。
そこの野菊ですけど。
いや、その気持ちだけで十分。
Showing up is half the thing, half the work.
50巻を超える道場はここいらになかった。他の道場の連中が大名に取り入り難癖をつけた。看板を下ろすかさもなくば己の腕を切れと。そして丹羽殿は道場を2人に残すため自ら腹を切った。だが幼かった息子たちは父親の強さを知り学ぶことができなかった。
Maybe he can put it on their good path again.
Rituals and ways of thinking change with time. It doesn't make the new way worse than the old way, but at the same time, you should not disrespect the old way either.
覚えた文字で自分を記せ。誰よりも大きくだ。いいな。
That was fast, but effective. Jesus. They're taking this seriously. Oh.
It's good, but this is too far.
I mean, it's art and stuff, but they're doing it. They are doing it on stuff that's sacred and respected by a lot of people, though.
He is loving it.
Yes.
けしからん。
ほんとね、近頃の若者と来たら。
違う。素晴らしい。やっと見つけた。
One's looking at the cards, the other one's looking at the wording. Well, spelling, of course.
I know.
Mugen's gonna win the contest, right?
Yes, of course.
He did.
He got real good real fast. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You wrote a infinity sign, which is not a letter at all, but okay.
どっちの勝ちだった？
知らねえやつに負けた。
But that saves Pooh from having a pretended,
上には上がいる。
pretended,
それ
suitor.
が分かっただけでも十分だ。
じゃあこっちもお預けね。
最後に抱かせてくれ。
No. Huh?
Oh, you wanna hear about that? Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Well, I know.
何事だ。
あ、これも。なんなのよこれ。
He's practicing.
どういうことこれ。
持ち物には名前を書かなきゃな。
その字は
無限って意味だ。俺が作った。
Ah.
Oh.
夕べのは。
後に江戸へと渡った2人はモードの世界に新風を吹き込み、そしてそのデザインはブライド通りから全国へと広まった。そんな彼らを人々は落書きのカリスマと呼んだという。
Little bits of history. Aww.
That's
A
nice.
lighthearted episode.
Technically, in a way, they kind of continue the legacy of their father, basically.
Yeah.
Not in the same way, not with a sword.
That's the
But
thing.
there is a saying that for a writer, his sword is his pen. For a painter, his sword would be his brush, basically.
You know, like, graffitis are controversial for some people because it's interesting that they talked about respect and defiling places and monuments and stuff when it comes to graffitis, because that's how some people see it, you know, and it's vandalism, you know. Sometimes you will basically paint whatever you want on something just to defile it. But then at the same time, graffitis can be completely different. You know, that can be something completely different. In Montreal, we have a thing that's it's kind of a path not a path, but you follow a certain road. You know, there's actually a path and stuff on websites. You can follow it, and it takes you to all these places where graffitis and wall murals were painted.
Yeah.
So, and it's appreciated, it's loved, and it's a touristic, you know, site that you can check out. So graffitis are a form of expression, it's a form of art, it's not necessarily bad stuff. It's been used for gang wars and you know, it's like they said, it's to make your mark, it's something that shows who you are, which in case of gang wars, it's which territory is, you know, belongs to whom, but it's an expression of oneself. It's art. That's what art is, you know. It's putting emotions into a painting or a drawing or writing, you know, depending on what you write too. So in this case, I love that they kind of combine the respect thing with the expression of self thing and the traditions too, because they change with time. They talked about how Mugen wasn't evolving with the times because writing wasn't really important back in those days. You know, Mugen could have lived fine without learning to read or write. But as the world evolves, as the world changes, that's how people learn to communicate. That becomes widely known. It's a form of communication, but it's also, you know, what you need. Like, it's the basic thing that you need to learn in order to work eventually.
It's a form of power. You know, back in the day, like really long time ago, for example, with the church, people couldn't read the holy writings, basically, because they weren't able to read the Latin, and the church had power over those people because they were able to read those.
Yeah, but nowadays,
no, it's just an example. And when people were able to translate the writings into like an English or French and anything like that, the church slowly lost its control over the population, yes. So for people who are unable to read versus those who can, those who can't technically got more power than those who cannot read because they can go further in life.
In that situation, yes. The fact is, today, if you don't know how to read, unfortunately, there's a lot of doors that will be close to you, whether it's, you know, if you want to work or if you want to go to school, or if you want to, I don't know, like become someone important in society. The fact is, if you don't know how to read, it's going to be much harder. So for Mugen to be told that, you know, don't you hate being seen as an idiot, because it's something that's very true even today. Like, if you are illiterate, if you don't know how to read, people will automatically assume that either you come from a very poor place, that you had a really, you know, sad life, or you had nothing to help you learn and stuff, or you're an idiot. It's a prejudice. It's something that is assumed of you. It's not a good feeling, I would assume. So it was kind of nice to see Mugen go through that. He learned very quickly, but at the very least he adapted, and that's a thing that we see a lot with Mugen. I don't think we said it before, but he's not above learning from others, you know, other techniques, and we saw him with this guy who learned to use chi.
Yeah.
So he's not above learning new techniques and recognizing that he's not the best yet, but he's open to learning, and whenever he gets a new skill, that's when he becomes, full of himself, and he goes around saying that he's the best at everything. And now that he knows how to write, it's kind of like his fighting skill. Now that he knows how to read and write, he's gonna show it to everyone. So he's tagging everything, and that was pretty funny. But yeah, when it comes to traditions and stuff, traditions evolve.
Yeah.
And the old way, the samurai way, the Bushido code, the morals of the people that lived in the era before these youngsters, something like that. They probably see these kids do their thing. They don't understand it, so they think it's crazy. They think it lacks respect. But it's not necessarily lacking in respect. It's just different. So they need to adapt. But the kids need to remember the old ways and respect it. So it's 50-50. And we hear about that today. We will start to do something. Our generation will start doing something that our parents don't understand. They'll think it's crazy. They'll think it goes against everything that they've been taught. They don't understand it, so they think it's, that we're stupid for doing things like that. No matter. And then we look at their way of life, and even though we respect the strength that they had for going through what they did, some of the things that they went through was just plain stupid because society wasn't at a point yet where, we realized that it was stupid. So we as youngsters, as a younger generation, must respect where the parents came from, where the older generation came from, and what they respected. But at the same time, we should not close ourselves to change and to evolution. And just like they should also keep their doors open to new stuff. Tagging is a bit extreme, but it's new stuff. It's the new generation, and the new generation's way of what's the word? Expressing themselves.
You heard that. It's funny because what you just said reminded me of what we watched on TV a couple of weeks ago.
We watched on TV.
Basically, it's a TV show, 4 episodes of some public figures who go into back in time. And one of the public figures said that he was amazed about everything that we kind of lost.
Wait, what? What was that?
The Victorian era.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no.
And one of them said it was amazed and sad that we technically lost some craftsmanship and some beauty by evolving our methods and by changing our way of doing stuff.
Just to make this clear, it was people from today's era. It was a documentary.
That's what I just
but the way you said it confused me, so I'm just making sure everyone's on the same page here. People from our era that were put in a setting that looked like the Victorian era. So they didn't travel back in time or anything. Like,
no.
They lived a few, 24 hours in 4 different settings that remind... 3 different settings. 4. 3?
4 different settings.
Different settings that kind of reminded them of the Victorian era. So they had to wear the clothes, do the work, live in the conditions. And yeah, like you said, it was sad that today everything comes at us easy. We don't respect the work that people do because we feel like it's all the same. We lost the passion when it comes to infrastructure or, building things that will matter and go through time. So we have changed as a population. We have changed as a society.
Yeah.
But when it comes to
I'm sorry.
When it comes to traditions, when it comes to stuff that we respect, like I really think that the old ways should be respected because we come from this, Our ancestors did things their way and they were not perfect, so we should not, just accept that everything they did was right because it's not true. But the stuff that they respected, the stuff that they went through matters because that's what led us here today. Just like the old generation needs to understand that we will change because we're not the same generation. We go through stuff. We express ourselves differently.
Yeah.
Like, for example, our parents don't understand what this is at all. They don't get that this is interesting to some people.
Yeah. True.
As a person who also watches reactions, it's really, like, I try to explain it, why people want to watch reactions. They don't get it. And they never will because it's not something that they grew up understanding, It's not their thing. And it's fine. They like other stuff that I don't want to do, and it's fine. But I respect their thing, and they respect our thing, and we are happy together. That's how it works.
They said something in that episode that kept bugging in my mind, like some parents think that their children should continue to follow in their footsteps. For example, gym master asked them to watch them, take care of them, so that they will be able to take his place someday and take the dojo responsibility someday. But technically,
I mean, they did it in their own way.
Back in those days, yeah, that was a pretty big thing. But nowadays, it's like, for example, you ask if your parents are lawyers, but you kind of be expected to be lawyers, or if your parents are doctors, your parents will ask you to be doctors too, because it's a family thing. But
well, I mean, I wasn't okay with them tagging, you know, ancestral places and the dojo their dad fought for and died for. I'm like, they did not see this the same way he did, which I can understand. Like, you shouldn't force it on them because, like I said earlier, newer generations might not, you know, like the same things, and they might want to express themselves, and they have passion for stuff that's completely different. So, but I like I said, like, I think that they should still respect their dad's wish and their dad's dojo. If they don't want it, give it to someone who will take care of it. Like, it's still important for their dad. At the same time, they also kind of, you know, they went through the lesson here. Like, they understand that what they do and what they represent matters, and you know, they will carry on their dad's legacy, just in a completely different way. And that's, I mean, that's what their dad wanted, I guess. It's just that I wish they could have respected the dojo more, because it's a physical representation of what their dad believed in.
And even died for.
Yeah, so in my mind, like I said before, we should respect the older ways, but not close ourselves off to change and new things. So, in any case, it was a nice little episode.
That was nice, seeing graffitis and Tug's War.
I mean, that's why someone like Champloo does. It takes a lot of stuff that we know, like a lot of street stuff, and it brings it back to an era that we usually see, but not in this way. So that's pretty cool.
Not really, no.
Now I'm hearing ourselves speak in English, and we sound awful today, so I'm very sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry if you can understand shit, guys.
Yeah, if it doesn't make any sense, yeah. In any case, we will move on and watch the next episode, so thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out right now. The link is in the description. Hopefully we will speak a better English in this episode.
Well, and if you don't, you can wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week, guys. We're gonna see you then.
Bye!
Bye.